Hi guys, welcome to this video. In today's video, I'm going to be going over 8 common mistakes that singers make when they sing. I hope you guys are able to take away something from this video, and I hope I can help you figure out what mistakes you're making and how to improve on those mistakes. The first mistake that a lot of singers make is singing really loudly, like screaming or yelling to hit high notes. Singers often mistaken screaming and yelling to hit these notes as having a powerful voice, but power comes from projecting your voice and putting emotion into your voice, not from screaming and yelling. An easy way to figure out if you're screaming and yelling your high notes is to check after you're done singing if there's an achy or itchy feeling in your throat. Normally, if you have this feeling in your throat, that means you've been screaming or yelling those high notes, and you should work on projecting your voice rather than screaming. The second mistake that singers make is not properly warming up before you sing. Singing is a lot like doing a sport. You need to have proper warm-up for your voice, just like you would warm up for physical activity. Because if you don't warm up, you could easily shock your muscles, and you don't want to do that to your vocal cords and all the muscles involved in singing. So you really want to make sure you do good warm-ups such as breathing exercises, scales, and all those sort of things so that you don't damage your muscles. The third mistake that singers make is engaging unnecessary muscles while you sing. Singing should come from the diaphragm. You should really only be moving your stomach when you sing. A mistake that's usually done before you hit a high note, singers will kind of stand up straighter, lift their neck, tense up all these muscles that don't need to be involved in singing a high note, and that just causes a lot of strain on your voice. It causes a lot of strain on the note. So working on relaxing all these muscles and just breathing and singing from your diaphragm really helps with this mistake. The fourth mistake that a lot of singers make is trying to do riffs and runs without breaking them down and understanding them. This is pretty self-explanatory. A lot of singers will try to do a riff without learning what notes are in the riff, and it usually just comes out sounding super slurred and sloppy. So a good way to fix this mistake is just to learn what notes are in the riff. Practice slowly, don't immediately try to do the riff super fast, and yeah. The fifth mistake that a lot of singers make is trying to sing with a tight and sort of like closed throat instead of an open throat. Going back to the whole mistake about engaging unnecessary muscles, this is a part of that. You don't want to keep your throat super tight. You want to keep your throat relaxed and open. Singing with an open throat will add power to your belt, will really help you not make the first mistake, which is to scream your notes. The sixth mistake that a lot of singers make is not finding your own style and imitating other singers. I feel like this isn't so much a mistake as it is just kind of something that all singers go through. You know, we grow up and listen to all these artists on the radio, or maybe you have a teacher that taught you in a specific way. You find yourself just sticking to the style of what you're used to or what's been taught to you. Try to be fresh and different. Don't always feel restricted to what's right in front of you. Singing is all about your own style. It's kind of like an art. So just learning how to figure out what your style is can really help this mistake. The seventh mistake that a lot of singers make is not staying hydrated for singing. What happens when you're dehydrated is phlegm in your throat gets really thick and it gets stuck to your vocal cord. This results in you clearing up your throat and grinding up your vocal cords, which causes them to swell from all the friction of you clearing your throat. So making sure to stay hydrated is super important. Even if you're not a singer, you should stay hydrated just for the well-being of your body. So make sure to stay hydrated. The eighth and last mistake that a lot of singers make is not having proper practice for their singing. A lot of people will think that singing along to the radio or singing in the shower is enough practice for them, but it's not. You really want to sit down and practice, because anybody can sing in the shower and anybody can sing to the radio, but it doesn't mean that they're practicing their singing. So we want to make sure that we sit down to really focus and practice intentionally rather than just singing along to an Ariana Grande song and then calling it a day. So those are all 8 of the most common mistakes that singers will normally make. There are a lot of others out there, but these are just the ones that I talked about today. If you guys found this helpful, you guys can let me know, I guess, and I hope I helped you out today. If you do these mistakes, don't worry, because I do them too sometimes, and we're all just learning and growing together. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped.